Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am on video number 3. I want to first thank everybody who has been keeping up with me, who has been sharing my videos. I really do appreciate you guys so much. So this video today is kind of interesting because I'm bringing some awareness to people who are lost in the sauce. Like, they don't even know that they have this issue. And so to start it off, I have some kickoff questions. One being, have you ever wondered why things always seem to be going wrong? Like, you can't get nothing right, nothing works out for you. You just be like, sometimes, like, this is the worst day ever. Me too. Have you ever questioned why you always get hurt in relationships and friendships? Yeah, me too. Have you ever felt pressure of having to keep up with people or keep up with trends? You'll go all out your way just because people have a certain umph about you. Like, even if it's materialistic, like they expect you to come through being best dressed. Okay, so if you answer yes to any of those, you are self-sabotaging. Self-sabotaging is a real thing. Now, for me, from my younger years, I had expectations. I counted on people to build me up, to make me feel complete, happy. Like, that was the concept that I had. The worst one I ever had, but that was my mentality. And that is why my life has been on a roller coaster, because I was frustrated when people did not fulfill those expectations. So they turned into disappointments. And then the disappointments turned into trust issues, because I was depending on people to validate my looks, my feelings, my thoughts. And it was clouding me so bad that I was blinded by my own potential. I didn't know who I was internally. And that killed my self-esteem. I felt worthless. I don't care how good I look. I could be the cutest best friend. I could be the finest girlfriend. You know, the hottest red bone. But, I mean, I was for it. But I was empty. I was missing some stuff. And then all these people that I was certain had my best interest at heart and would make me get the happiness I deserve, I was wrong. I was so wrong. And I was feeling like maybe I didn't meet their standards as much as I thought I did. It was evident in my mind that maybe I just wasn't, the top-notch quality. Once I started getting cheated on, attention started fading away, I started getting physically assaulted, I felt like I was doing something wrong. Like, maybe it was me. But let me tell you that no girl should grow up feeling worthless. And they should be able to cut off inappropriate behavior, but it had to start from home. Now, as a mother, and a young adult now, I could look back and say my foundation wasn't as solid as it should have been. But, thanks to my God-given power to get up and shake myself off, I'm able to make that change now. I'm able to see my worth and know that I don't have to count on people. And that's what this generation needs, because they not raised to have their own brains. Mothers should do their part, providing a stable environment, comfortable environment for their families. Mothers are supposed to have a heart of Christ. Mothers are supposed to model a gentle and quiet spirit. A mother should let her children know that they don't have to get approval from anybody to be accepted. And men should be examples of leadership, endurance, and inspiration. Now, these kids, are growing into their womanhood and manhood and not familiar with these characteristics. Like, they don't know. A girl don't know if a man is going to love her, or if he's lusting after her. Boys, they don't know how to grow up and love a woman or be a gentleman to somebody, because all they see is daddy pimping, toggling between women. So how can they know any of this if that's not what we're showing? We have dudes making it okay for boys to minimize women because they don't have a certain look. And women are getting depressed and feeling worthless because they don't have that look. So, it's like, it's our responsibility. And although they could say, you know what, I don't want to grow up to be like my mom or my dad. I don't want to grow up to be like my step parents. They can say that and they can mean it. And although they're saying that they don't want to be that way, that don't necessarily mean that they know what they do want. Because how can they if they haven't been exposed to it, or nobody's taught them that or showed them that? So then they start experimenting. And what I mean by that is, okay, I have to have short shorts and a Chanel bag to be a great woman. No, you don't. I have to have racks in my pocket, drive a nice ride, to swoop up shorty. That don't make you a good man. We get so caught up on the physical side of things that it becomes an obsession. You spend your whole life trying to look a certain way every day, to spend money on certain things every day. Why do you think influencers and models take their own lives? Because they have to put so much into their appearances. They have to give off this seductive look. They have to be glamorous, and they have to put a whole lot into algorithms and giving y'all the best pictures and photos of themselves. They're building a false sense of imagination to themselves and other people. They're unable to break out of their indifferences because they are spending so much time giving the world what they want. And behind closed doors, the real life version of them is locked away somewhere. It's being restrained because they have to put out content. They got to put this out so they could be successful. They got to get rich by creating phony content that has no purpose, no substance. Yeah, they love the attention and they gonna milk it because it's opportunity. But behind those followers and their wealth, they dealing with the silent killer of self-sabotaging. The emptiness, the lack of peace, the lack of care. Being eye candy, being the life of the party, getting approached by people left and right. But it's still a void there. No matter how good they look, it's still a void there. They're still carrying away emptiness. And they sometimes don't realize it because they're so distracted by everything that's going on. All these appearances, all these parties, all these, they don't actually have time to actually sit back and say, you know what, this is not who I am. So, okay, let's test the waters. Let's start meeting different people or hanging out with different people, because this set of friendships or this relationship didn't last. So let me try this out. Okay, so now you got a new group of friends. And people label things like they got trip buddies, just people they go on trips with. They got brunch buddies, people they do brunch with. But you have all these different people just connecting and connecting and connecting. And I put a post that say, hurt people can't help hurt people. And it's the truth. Sometimes you attract the same type of people. Like, you be like so like this, like, oh yeah, like I'm feeling you, Because y'all got that same hurt. Like, it's an attraction. And then you later find out it's two toxic people in an unhealthy relationship. And you are obsessed with them because that thing don't want to let go. Like, it becomes, your mind becomes so weakened by the trauma that it don't comprehend that, oh, you need something better. No, so you're just going to stay where you at. Even if it's a new person, it's still, you're going to stay where you're at. And sometimes it's just, some people just compatible sexually. Like, only the sex is good. But that's not it, man. Like, you have to be able to express yourself. And you're causing damage physically, mentally, and spiritually. You have to figure things out. So me, what I do, like I said, my God-given purpose, I made sure that I set aside some time to figure me out. I started listening to the voice of God. I started reading the Bible, and I said, okay, yeah, I know I was missing something. It wasn't the big booty. It wasn't the Chanel bag. I was missing me. I was missing the Christ-like qualities. I was missing working on being a Proverbs woman. And now that I know who I am and I know what I want, I decided to put some purpose behind it. Let me show the world what my existence is about. Let me show the woman that, she could be soft, modest, tender, and nurturing. Let me show my son. And that's another thing we got to get out of. Because you're a single parent, that don't mean that you can't raise a boy or raise your son into a man. No, you can. You can teach him. And, you have to have a resource. And my resource is I have access to God. For right now, that's what I'm using. I can ask God for what I want. And not just in my life, my kids' life. I have the ability to shape my son into a man of God. I can ask God to pull him back from those attitudes or being overly sensitive. I have control of this situation. And the Bible says, in all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your path. So I'm redirecting my focus, and it gave me room to be okay. Like, I have room now, so I don't have to feel like everything is all jammed up and I'm frustrated and I just can't get past stuff. Because I have room. God extended me. He extended my feelings. He extended my mind. Because now it's just me. I'm not worried about the next person. So that gave me room to be okay with things not happening right away. And we have to tell these babies, like, just because things are acceptable, it's still wrong. And just because people are, doing drugs or doing this or doing that, those don't have to be your friends. And they're going to talk about you, but that's okay. We're going to work on it. We're going to get past this. And just because you see this girl liking this girl and this boy liking this girl, you don't have to be that. Because your creator didn't make you for that purpose. Like, we live in an ungodly world, but still, we can prepare them for a future in heaven. If you have another breath in your body, you still have time too. Hurt people can't help hurt people. Dive deep, unroot those grudges, the resentment, the misery from your past. You'll always be tied to those situations, and it's going to stunt your growth. It's going to stunt your parenthood, your relationships, your social life. And being able to do this is going to be so satisfying. You have to free yourself. You doing what you need to do. That's what people is really going to care about. Not just paying your bills, not doing the essential things in life, not going and showing up and having the best birthday parties for your kids. No. You need to fill that empty place. And stop getting frustrated and letting every little small thing trigger you. Because that's why people explode. Like, things get really, really hot and it explodes. So do a self-check. Keep the past hurt in the past. And know that you don't have to have the best body. You don't have to have the best clothes. Because, okay, what if you didn't have all that? Like, if you didn't have all that, what do you have left in front of you to make you happy? What can people appreciate you for? If you ask your kids, what is it about me that, what do you appreciate about me? And if it's just because you buy me what I want and take me where I need to go, then that's a problem. Like, can you survive if you didn't have the materialistic stuff? Because you are self-sabotaging yourself. You deserve better. You deserve better mentally, emotionally, and success is going to come. It's going to come. You don't have to go that route to be successful. Be proud of you. Don't be proud or try to be successful to make other people happy and give you a pat on the back. You have to be bold enough to share your gifts and not just the surface parts of you. All things work together for the good of those that love God and them who are called according to his purpose. And we all have a calling, we all have a purpose, we all have a place. Not only do these kids need discipline, but adults too. We have to practice on treating people right, controlling our emotions, and getting in tune with God and build a solid foundation. Now, it's your time. Put yourself in check and stop sabotaging. All right, I will see you next time.